Is your dog?
My dog?
Yeah.
He's about, I think I want to say like 7 or 8 now. He's getting old. Cause when I first adopted him, he was like 5 years old, and that was at the Naples Humane Society,
Okay.
and that was what was that? I think it was the battery in my speaker.
Sounded like someone was making a
Yeah, no,
call.
that's what it sounded like, right? Yeah, I think I adopted him around 2019, 2018. He was 5 years old, so he's got to be like around like maybe 9, almost 10 years old.
Wow.
But he doesn't act his age.
I'm about to say, does
He
it
acts
look
very.
like he's getting old? Like,
He does not act old at all. He acts
That's
very
good.
young. Cause I take him to the dog park a lot, and he just loves to just
that's probably why he
roam
looks
around.
so young.
Mm-hmm. But he's crazy.
Keep him going.
Alrighty, well, let's get this started then.
Yeah.
All right, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to the third. This is the third episode of the Passion Project.
Cool.
And today I have another guest with me who is a local artist here in Southwest Florida. He is not only talented in music, he creates art, he does fashion. He's got a very unique style that fits him and makes him stand out as a creator here in Southwest Florida. So this is Ahzuwop. Welcome, Ahzuwop. Let me let out the little the little
This
claps.
guy's official over here.
Yes, sir. Yes,
That's
sir. So I
awesome.
appreciate you being on the podcast
Yeah,
and
man.
being able to hang out with me and kind of get to know you a little more. Because I know as a local artist, it's not easy, trying to make a name for yourself, especially
For
when you
sure.
have to do everything yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You have to basically be your manager. You're your own publicist. You're your own creator yourself. You have to basically set the bar and get people to know who Ahzuwop is. So tell me a little bit about yourself. If you want to start, I say start from how Ahzuwop was created.
Okay, well, first of all, thank you for having me. This is awesome. I've never done anything this official before, so this is really cool. Um, but Ahzuwop started around, I want to say, the beginning of my freshman years when I came up with the name Ahzuwop. Uh, I started making beats and stuff when I was like 15 on my phone. I was introduced by a friend of mine named Tristan Smith, and I just got really into just producing beats on my phone. And my brother saw these beats, and he thought they were really good, so he decided to help me take it to the next level. And he invested in me and bought me a MacBook and bought me a microphone, audio interface, everything you need to just take it all the way.
So was music the very first thing when you were young that you started, or was there a
No.
different?
Well, if you want to start from the beginning, I guess it would start
Yeah,
from.
because I want to know what you started that led you into the music side.
I've always had art like as like a passion of mine, but as I got older,
Nice.
sucked into the norm of stuff, I would play sports and just do other stuff that my older brothers were doing, and then towards high school is when I got really into skateboarding when I was younger. Around like middle school is when I stopped playing baseball and started skateboarding like every day of my life.
Nice.
And the people that you meet through skateboarding are very creative themselves, musicians and artists. And I met a filmer. His name was Tristan Smith. He was a good friend of ours, and he was producing beats at the time and stuff. And
That's awesome.
I would go over his house after school around my freshman year, and he had the whole setup, the whole studio, everything you need. Beautiful little setup. I have a picture of it on my Instagram. Actually, I just posted, I think, last year.
Nice.
And I I just like fell in love with just being able to create something with a whole group of sounds and just basically making stuff from scratch. I just love that.
That's great.
And then towards like the end of my high school career, I was like, what am I gonna do? Like, what am I gonna go to school for? And I was like, maybe I'll
Of
go to
course.
school for music. And then I realized that people that have went to school for music have told me that it's better if you just create and maybe even move towards the school, and then
Mm-hmm.
you can meet people and utilize the school's resources. But I don't know. I just I had a huge love for it from the get go, from as soon as I started.
Nice.
And I started writing poems to my beats, and then eventually just putting it on the tracks, and then now I'm where I'm
So
at now.
would you say you're very have you been I was assuming you're very self-taught, right?
Yeah.
You've had to learn everything that you're by yourself. You've had
Yeah.
to learn how to produce, how to make music, how to record, how to make music in general.
Yeah.
And then when you got to meet other people like Tristan that be able to tell you, hey, I got the resources that could help you.
Well, no, not necessarily. Tristan kind of taught me how to like construct a beat, and he basically he might have made like a full beat at that time, but he would make 8 bar loops, and
Okay.
like that's how I started. And then I found it was on Machine, made
Okay.
by Native Instruments, and then I found out that they had an app on the phone, and then I started making full beats on the phone.
Okay. Nice.
And I wouldn't hang out with him as much as I used to, and then I just kind of took like made it, I just did my own thing from it and taught myself
Of
through the
course.
phone. Then later on, as I got a MacBook, I had GarageBand. Then I started learning how to record my instruments into my songs and stuff, learning how to play guitar and piano.
That's awesome.
And yeah, it was all self-taught, really. Later on I picked up things along the way from other people and producers, but yeah.
So did you have like a specific type of artist that you look up to, or you could say your music is inspired from?
I think in the most recent years, I would say the Gorillas, I guess.
Gorillas?
Damon
Nice. I
Albarn.
like Gorillas.
Just from creating from scratch, and being very experimental with his music, and just not sticking to one genre. That's what I've always wanted to do from when I started.
Nice. So what genre did Ahzuwop started off as?
Hip hop, for sure.
Hip hop?
Yeah, I would produce hip hop beats, and then I'd write my lyrics to them, and then I would go to like kava bars and any open mics that I could go to, and any shows that I could get into. I would go and perform my songs, and I would just perform hip hop songs. And then my first, I guess, like rock song or alternative song I made was my song Ace of Spades. And I started.
It's a really good song.
Thank you. I
That's on the new. And that's on the new project
on
that
the
just
new
came
album.
out.
Yeah,
Nice.
I made that song probably 4 years ago now, and I just held on to it, and I would just perform it at kava bars and stuff. And it was just funny because kava bars are very mellow, like
of course, it's a chill spot.
It's
Everyone
very mellow, and so like when I would come out and I would perform that song, people would just get super hyped and stuff. And
it's called AJ Hand Me Down, right?
AJ Hand Me Down.
AJ Hand Me Down. So you guys can go check it out. AJ Hand Me Down by Ahzuwop on all platforms. Make sure you check it out. Support your local artists out here. Yeah, really good song. I'd say because I remember watching you perform it. It was really good. I loved all the tracks. I'm trying to remember which one. Marvin was definitely one of my favorite, especially when it was just a written, like I'm assuming it was a voice voice call, right?
So Marvin, that's cool. I'm happy that you're talking about the music, because I've always wanted to be able to tell people about this. Marvin actually is a good friend of mine. Marvin Davis. He goes by Magic. Check him out, all platforms as well. He's a very talented man, person, and he's a great artist as well. Anyways, it was one of the nights I was at a kava bar selling my art and whatnot, and I hear the squeaking.
Yeah.
Step back. So it was one of the nights I was at the kava bar selling my art and performing and stuff, and Marvin pulled up, and I had given him a painting because I was making just abstract pieces at this time, and then I was making collages, and I was starting to form into the style of what I do now, and I was just giving away a lot of paintings to all my closest peers, and people that inspired me, because Marvin is actually the first rapper I actually met out here.
That's amazing.
Because I performed, I did a open mic over at the kava bar in downtown, and he was there rapping and like dancing and spinning on his head on the concrete outside on the road.
Wow.
And I was like, who is this guy? Like, what? Like, I was like, this guy is awesome. And then like I forget who it was behind me. I must be, I can't think of who it was, but they're like, hey, he's been doing that since he was legit. Like, he's been doing that since middle school. And
was it
like,
busy? I feel like it would have been busy.
No, it wasn't busy. It wasn't. I would have remembered if it was busy. I know
somebody
sure.
likes to hype. That's cool though.
It might have been Charlie. I don't know if you know who Charlie is, but anyways, I gave him this painting at this kava bar later on in life, maybe a couple years later after we became good friends and stuff, and he sent me a voice memo on the way home. So if you listen to the track, you'll hear like stuff in the background, like cars passing by and stuff, because he's in the car sending this to me. And at that time in my life, I was very like, am I doing this right? Like, what am I doing this for? Like what path am I on? And he sent me that, and I was like, it's inspired me so much. And I was working on a dance type track at the time, and I had Chadwick Boseman and I hope I didn't butcher his name just now, and Pharrell Williams. I had 2 of their voice memos mashed onto it.
That's awesome.
And I took that off, and I added, I just literally copy and pasted Marvin's audio right over it, and it just fit perfect, and I was like, all right,
That's amazing.
this is gonna be on the album because
Hell yeah.
it's super like you listen to what he's saying, it's super inspirational for any artist, really.
Of
You know what I
course.
mean? It's just like
Very motivation,
yeah,
especially the way you made the beat. Like
yeah,
it could easily even be like a workout music.
yeah,
You
no,
know,
for sure. That's
someone that just gets
yeah,
someone going. You know,
exactly. Whenever I'm feeling down, I just play that, and it
that's
just,
awesome.
yeah,
I love it. I love
yeah.
it. So I'm really excited to hear that because I remember being at the opening night for this, and
Mhm.
you had a lot of support.
Yeah, that was amazing.
How long would you say has it take for you to make a well-known name to build in this community?
It all depends on how much work you're putting in. You know, I've seen a lot of people and met a lot of artists along the ways, and it's all about just staying consistent and just keep being yourself. Stay original too. Don't bite people's style, and if you do, make sure you give them credit.
That's amazing. Of course, that shows support.
And just show love to everybody. You know what I mean? Everybody, not because everybody needs it as an artist. They need that validation. I was grateful enough to have love from the jump, and I'm just excited where it's gonna go.
That's amazing.
Yeah,
that's amazing.
You just gotta stay consistent and don't give up on yourself. Just keep going.
Stay consistent, guys. You heard that first from Ahzuwop right now. That's
me and Rip were talking about it from XNVIX. You gotta stay persistent and consistent because there's a difference. It really, it's you gotta stay persistently consistent because even though you're going through the hard times, you have to stay consistent because we're all going through it. Everybody's going through it. So
that's amazing.
Life could be worse.
I love it. I love it. So I want to say, now when you started the art you said the art process that came in first through everything.
Yeah, for sure.
And you started adding a lot of your art to obviously your clothing, which you are wearing today.
Yeah, no, for sure.
What came up with the idea that, okay, maybe I could be a fashion designer?
All right, that's cool that you're asking this too. I love your questions. You're doing great.
Thank you.
I started like I said, I started doing the abstract paintings and the collages, and then I would take pictures of the collages later on and put them on clothes, like I did with this right here, actually, with the Stevie Wonder.
That's really cool.
But what made me want to start actually like putting stuff on clothes was actually Don Nilo. Do you know Doc Nilo?
I've heard of him.
Don Nilo. He's
another videographer.
Filmer, yeah. Nilo Media.
Yeah, I've seen him.
Yeah, that's my boy. We were at I forget which show it was. I think it might have been one of the shows we threw at the Soul of Life, the old Soul of Life and stuff.
Nice.
And he was there with because he's a wonderful painter too himself. I don't know if you know that, but he had a rack of clothes that he just painted on, and I was like, wow, that is so smart. And he sold out that night, I'm pretty sure, on the shirts, and I was like, that makes so much more sense because that's when I realized that people our age are more akin to buying something they can wear than they could put on their wall because they haven't really got established that much in their home life yet. So that's when I started making clothes more, and I would work with Victor a lot, and he would inspire me to make clothes because he everything that he would do and stuff. And
I loved his Enjoy shirts too. Especially when they leave a message, a good message. That's amazing. Shout out to Victor. Sayinka, he's really good.
Yeah,
but that's really cool, man.
Yeah,
I love it. So describe your type of art style.
I would say,
because you have a very unique style, and it's really catching Ahzuwop vibes. I love it. Like I
would say probably like abstract almost.
And the abstract, yeah, I can see that. Because it's a very I don't know how to explain it. It's very colorful.
Yeah.
And it's like the face, it's just very abnormal. It feels like it stands out.
I guess it's like it's very Picasso-esque, in a way, very Dali-esque in a way. I guess those are like some of my inspirations when it comes to drawing.
That's
my
cool.
first face I ever drew was inspired by a face that John Lennon actually drew.
Oh, really?
He used to draw a lot if you look into him, and he drew just a guy with glasses and the nose he drew, because I always had a hard time, how do you draw an ear? How do you draw a nose? How do you draw a mouth? Because that's where everyone is. Anyone can really draw an eyeball. It's not too hard, but getting these features and stuff. And I kind of drew that face a little bit and had my own twist to it. And now I feel like I just kind of let it happen. I don't really have an idea going into any of my paintings. I just kind of start with the colors and
nice. That's really cool.
Object, my friend Bree Marie, you know Bree, right?
I think so. I think I've heard of her.
Yeah. She helped me out with a lot of painting tips when I first started painting faces and stuff.
That's amazing.
With like adding white to your colors just to make a a lighter color. Like I just didn't think to do that for some reason. I was
That's
just like, oh, I
amazing.
have this color and only this color. But in reality, you could turn that color into multiple different colors. It's infinite.
That's
But,
crazy. So you think color, like the color part, would really helps describe the type of clothing style you like to do
yeah,
within your art as well?
I guess. I mean, my clothing style is all over the place. I'm trying every day is gonna keep evolving. I don't want to just stick to one thing, but uh, I just like to make stuff that looks cool. Really, I don't know. I don't really have meaning behind all that stuff yet. I've been trying to put more meaning behind my art and my clothes and stuff, but I guess I start with the colors and stuff. Like the last fashion show we did with the What's Next event, Janelle and I really wanted to focus on like earth tones and just adding denim to everything. This was actually from the collection. This is a vest
That's
she made,
amazing.
and the shorts I'm wearing is from the collection as well.
That's really cool.
But because I have my garage is full of just stuff.
I love it.
That
I
I've
love it.
collected from thrift stores and my brother over the years and stuff, and it's just like
Yeah, because your brother also does sell clothing as well.
Yeah,
and he gets
shopping with Joe. Shout out
shopping with Joe. Go check him out, guys.
Yeah, for sure. So he would buy stuff from thrift stores, and I would and everything that he would get at the time thinking he liked, and later on he's like, all right, I'm over this. I got to get rid of it. It's not selling. He would just give it away to donate, and I would just get everything that he donated, and I would just hold on to it. And
nice.
I just flip clothes like that.
That's
stuff.
really cool. So you guys definitely have that little dynamic work together.
100%, 100%.
Whether if he's got something that he's not able to sell out, you can use it in your creative side and start creating your own Ahzuwop merch.
Yeah,
that's really neat. I gotta say, because because that was your second fashion show, right? That you've created.
That with the What's Next.
Because I remember the first one. The first one, it was at Nini's house. I do remember that one.
Yeah, that was with Victor. He had thrown a fashion show for his Enjoy brand, and he
so it was a collaboration.
Yeah,
type.
he said he wanted to do a fashion show and that he wanted me to present some of my stuff. And I was very iffy at first because I wasn't ready to show off my stuff like that just yet. But he kind of pushed me to be like, "Yo, bro, just do it." You know what I mean?
Awesome.
Might as well. And then we did that, and that's what inspired me to all right. The next I need to do another show.
So what's next? That's your official first.
My first show was for the release party for the album. I did when I performed at Honor Roll Film Lab, and I had the fashion show there with the swimsuits and stuff.
Oh, nice.
That was my first ever like planned fashion show.
I think I missed that one. Damn.
Did you? No,
I don't remember if I made it that one. I made it to your actual fashion show.
Were there. Was it? You filmed, didn't you?
Oh yeah.
You sent me footage on my Instagram.
Okay, right. Yes, that's at the same spot. Okay. Yeah. You guys can check it out. I'm gonna put the little bar. I made a video on that, so you guys can check it out.
He filmed a whole edit and forgot he was there.
I thought it was a different place. No, yeah, that was really exciting. It was really cool, and I like the fact that you like that. All those people that showed up. That was a community that was there for you.
That was awesome. That was really cool because there was people there I'd never even met before, and I remember I had this one guy. His name was Santi. We're friends now. Because I met him that night, but he was front row singing along to my lyrics and like the verses, and I'm like, whoa, bro, that's crazy. I don't even know you, and you're singing my music. Like I didn't think that I was there yet in my art and stuff.
Yeah.
But it really inspired me, and then all ages were there too, and it was really cool to see. And people were purchasing stuff off me that I never met before. Like I
amazing.
had this one lady. She bought a trench coat. And she was with her friend, and she's like, yeah, we were just walking and we just saw something was going on and we stopped by.
Oh.
And she's like, I love your music and your art. This is amazing. And I'm just like, that's so cool.
That's amazing.
I live for those moments. I think that's amazing.
Would you say that was something that you could live off of like very often? Like you enjoy this so much that you would want to do this again
100%.
And again?
Yeah, and I plan on doing it again and again. And that's when the What's Next event happened. That's when me and Janelle, we sat down and she decided she wants to throw another fashion show.
Nice. So who
actually, now that I think about it, the first actual fashion show before my release party was at Residence for the what was it? Why Not? Or I can't remember. But Janelle threw another event and she had me do a fashion walk, and I had so that I've done 3 fashion walks.
Nice.
4 if you count the one with Victor.
4. Okay, cool.
So that's I can't believe I forgot about that.
So you definitely have the experience now, and now people are seeing your fashion shows, which is crazy.
Yeah, it's amazing. People just are like, "Oh, you design clothes, like that's awesome." And I'm just like, "Yeah, I guess I am a clothing designer now." You know what
Because
I mean?
people are starting to get into a lot of these different styles I hear, different looks. So, and
Mm-hmm.
then when they see someone that's a local creator like yourself that
Mm-hmm.
not only does music, but you have your own style and theme, they're going to think, wow, you know, I love your fit because it just stands out that
Yeah.
your style could fit someone else and be like, I'm feeling myself. This feels like me.
That's what it's all about to me. That I like. That's why I'm so into making clothes now, is to help people have a more unique style, and also, it just feels good, seeing people wear my art. I think that's amazing. Like
That's
I've
amazing.
gone to shows, and I just like I'm looking in the crowd and I see a couple people wearing my stuff, and I'm just like, wow, that's awesome.
So you want to give a little shout out to whoever helped you on the whole fashion show? Because I know you didn't do all of it by yourself.
So I would have to shout out Elenage, Janelle, Della Rose. I'm gonna have to shout out Ace Drums. I'm gonna have to shout out Philip Peter on guitar. That's Philippe, my boy. I love you so much. Love all you guys. The Hippie Circle, Cammy and Danny. Uh, who else do I have to thank? Or Joey, Joseph Lito, my brother. Holding down the door for us. Um, Shout out to Alliance of the Arts. Shout out to Honor Roll Film Lab. Residence, that was an amazing show as well. I can't wait till they open up their new spot. Independent Studios, Trackout Studios, they came through with the lighting for us. OG Baby, um, Tektronics Lights. I guess I mean I can keep going. The list, there's just so
Wow,
many people. Everyone that showed up, all the dancers that showed up and got down at the West Next event. That
that's
was
crazy.
amazing. Make sure you guys pull up to the Welcome to the Party event at Alliance for the Arts. That's gonna be amazing as well. Thrown by Busy the Kid.
Nice, nice.
Um, Everybody, everyone that was there, anyone that supports, thank you so much. I can keep going with the shout outs. This will be
I
a
love it. I love it.
20
No,
minute long video.
that's really cool. Now I'm curious to ask. I would like to dive a little bit in because for me, I'm really big about mental health awareness, and I
100%.
know we're not obviously on that month for
Yeah.
it, but I love
It doesn't
to.
need to be a month to be
No,
on
of course
that for
not. But
sure.
I think something I want to learn, and I'm sure a lot of the listeners and the viewers would love to learn is how's the mindset for becoming a local artist or a local creator for yourself? Because I know obviously for you, you're doing really good. The success is going great, but I know there was a lot of struggles. You had a lot of hard times.
Yeah, and I'm still going through them.
You
And
probably had a lot of fights and arguments with a lot of people. You know, that
not
pushed
as much
you.
that, not as much that.
Was there ever a point that you felt like you couldn't achieve what you wanted to get?
Oh, for sure. There's been many times where I feel like down and feel like maybe I'm not moving at the right pace and feeling a little lost. It's been happening a lot more recently, actually, just because, times are hard for everybody and just trying to make it by. I'm working two jobs, trying to just, pay my bills and stuff. Uh, Mental health is a big thing that everybody, deals with. And I touch a little bit of it on the album, a lot of it actually on the album. That's what the album is all about. Talking about feeling stray, being depressed, dealing with heartbreak, all those different kinds of emotions that you go through on a daily basis. I feel like as an artist, it's good to touch on those subjects because it's a sense of relief. Maybe you don't share it to the world. Maybe it's something you just make and hold dear to yourself.
Mm-hmm.
But I definitely recommend art, whether it be visual arts or audio. Anything that you do, just use that as a platform to release that stress and tension because.
Have you ever felt like you felt pressure that you had to put out a new song for people to keep knowing who you are?
I mean, yeah, I felt that way a while, but like I've realized, well, I mean, it's an on and off situation because I feel pressure like, oh, maybe I'm not putting out enough stuff,
Mm-hmm.
um or maybe I guess SB Chrome Chris put it the best way, is that you shouldn't hold on to, he said that you shouldn't hold on to it for too long. You should let it go because you never know who might need it. Um, so I thought that really hit me a lot. That's why I actually put out my project 22,
Nice.
because I know it wasn't fully mixed and mastered all the way how like it could be perfect or better quality, but I hit a lot of subjects on there that I feel like someone maybe needs to hear. I needed to hear from myself, I guess. So I think that it's important to not hold on to stuff because other people could use it as, inspiration, or
That's beautiful.
letting other people know that, we're all human. You're gonna go through it. Maybe this will help you get through it a little bit more. You know
That's
what I mean?
beautiful. That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Now, I wanted to ask, because I know you've talked about, like, a lot of people were giving you some really interesting advice on how to get better and everything.
Mhm.
Have you ever had a best advice and a worst advice given to you? And you don't have to call out any names if you don't want to.
That's hard because I can't really, I don't really take anything as bad advice, because even bad advice could be.
Or would you say, have you ever gotten advice where it doesn't feel like it necessarily you need at that moment?
I don't know about that, but I've definitely had people try to give me advice that I already knew. You know what
Okay.
I mean, like,
Okay.
and I don't stop them because, just let them,
Yeah, like,
let it
try
out
to-
their chest. I don't know. I once invested a lot of money into crypto.
Nice. How much?
Not a lot, but like a lot at the time for me. And,
Okay. How was that?
it was
Still
going,
there?
It was going good. No, it's whatever. But that was don't do that unless you know what you're doing. That's all it is. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
I thought I knew what I was
And so
doing.
I couldn't even jump on that because I wasn't even
Yeah.
honestly sure. And
Yeah.
I don't think I would
guess
have.
the worst advice would be investing your money in places you're not supposed to
Yeah.
invest your money.
Yeah,
that
unless you don't do research and
Yeah.
understand what you're putting your money in for, don't
Yeah.
do it.
Yeah, and that's everything in life, I guess.
Well, that's cool. So, what would,
Financial advice, I guess, has been my best and worst advice, because
Nice.
nobody really knows what they're doing.
You're right. I mean, look at me. I'm over here spending all my hard working money on everything here, but
Nah, you're doing something
but
great.
of course,
You're
no.
creating something that's gonna last forever, which
Exactly.
is awesome.
And I'm hoping that, like, even with this, what'll help a lot of the people, get to know people other ways.
100%.
Because, like, when I tried doing my documentaries on people, like the Who Is, like I did the Who Is Magic.
Yeah.
I love doing stuff like that, but majority of the time I don't always get a full background of the people that they want to know about.
Yeah.
And
the raw and uncut version.
yeah, and I think with the podcast we can really break down and learn about you guys, understand what makes you what makes you feel so built in a certain way, what makes you think of this way.
Yeah.
So I think that would be very interesting, and I love the fact that you're here to help me with this, because I'm learning a lot about you, and it's crazy because I see you a lot in your performances. I know we don't hang out like that, but seeing you, I feel like we're really close. We're really good friends.
No, for sure. We've been with each other from the start of this.
Exactly, all the way back from Poets Realm.
Yeah, no.
At the old.
I think I used to pull up there after I used to work in downtown Fort Myers at the old Mystic Martian when they were above Social Music House.
I actually remember the first time first time I met you was at it was at Vaughn's Wave event. 2019, I think.
That was at downtown Fort Myers.
It was at the Kava bar.
Yeah.
When you were dancing, and I remember you went dun, dun. I remember all that because I was filming it.
Okay, that was inside.
I had a friend take a picture of you. Yeah, because you had like a checker. I think it was a checkers hat or something like kind of hat. You had some kind of hat. I remember.
It was a Nike like golf hat.
Yes.
Yeah, there's a picture on my Instagram. I'm wearing the Sane season shirt. I just got it that night.
That was the first night I met you.
I remember at that time I was like, I need one of them shirts, man. Like, cause all the local artists cause when I first started making music and making art, I didn't know that there was a huge scene and going on like in the area that I was in. Cause like I said, I grew up skateboarding. I was the only one really making art and making music and stuff. So when I got to the scene, everything was Saiyan season, and all the artists were going to these events, performing and stuff. I remember
that's amazing.
And I was like, I need one of them shirts. Like, me and Victor are gonna be friends one day for sure. Like, I need one of them shirts. And that night, he gave me one of them shirts, and I was like, I gotta wear it for my performance and stuff.
Oh yeah,
and that was
that's
awesome.
Cool. Yeah, that was what was interesting. That was my very first night of being introduced into the music side, because I've never met a lot of creators that's like that. I used to work with more the older people, so meeting people that are more my age and younger doing these unique things and seeing people like are different that I can even be able to myself. I can be able to create off of these unique people. It was inspiring. Not to mention, it inspired me to want to get back into music myself. So just watching you guys do it, and I can tell myself like, it's amazing. Like these people are doing good and they're getting the support and the love. Maybe I can give it a chance myself and see how it goes.
And your voice is beautiful, by the way,
thank
bro.
you. I appreciate
voice.
that.
Great songwriter too.
Thank
Check
you.
this guy out, man. He's crazy behind the cam, and he's crazy behind the mic.
I definitely do miss it. I gotta get back into it because I do have a song. I have a session I have to record with Kevin pretty soon, so I gotta get back into writing my music.
Shout out Kev Speaks Truth.
Shout out this Kev Speaks Truth. Speak Your Truth Records.
Yes.
Yeah, they're really dope. He
mixed the Don't Tell Me on my album. He mixed that song for me. Yeah,
that's awesome.
Yeah,
he's definitely progressed a lot.
Yeah,
he's made a lot of
100%.
He's making a pretty big name of himself, especially since he's got to help out me and like the other boys and everything.
Yeah, no,
and he comes out to support you as well.
Amazing, artist. He makes clothes too. He just hasn't been making a lot of clothes recently. Yeah. I remember when he first pulled
I think that'd be pretty dope.
That was awesome.
See some Kev Speaks Truth merch. That'd be pretty dope. Yeah, you gotta support all the artists out here.
I just remade his bezel for his boy. I think it's called bezel, if I'm not mistaken. His son logo. I just revamped it for him.
That's dope. I like that.
I'm excited to see him do that. I did the pays to collect for him too on his hat.
Oh, wow.
He does for his pays. What is it? I think it says pays to sell out. Yeah, that's what it says.
Oh, yeah. For his that song. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, nice. That's really cool.
Yeah.
That's really dope.
Yeah. We work together a lot, man. I love him so much. He's such a good guy.
That's amazing. So I want to know, what do you see the future for Ahzuwop? And you don't even have to say far in the future. Well, at least like your next 5 years.
My next 5 years, I'll hope to release a lot more music. I have a lot of stuff in the vault, just waiting for the right time. Not the right time, just to make time for it. I don't know. I want to be a lot further than I am now in this fashion stuff. I want to maybe have started making furniture by then.
Furniture.
Yeah, man, I got a lot of plans. Bro.
What makes you want to do furniture?
I want to make like very abstract furniture.
Like furniture design, or
like going to the thrift store and getting a dresser and completely making it look like an art piece.
Oh, interesting.
Or I've been dabbling with like 3D designing on my iPad and stuff.
Nice.
So I think it would be cool to bring some of those designs to real life. I want to do a lot more sculpture.
Okay.
That's what I need to say. More sculpture. That's what I want to do.
Okay. Yeah. That'd be really cool. Then we can get a different show for that.
Yeah. Like pots. I want to make like pots and stuff. For planters, like little succulent plants and stuff would be cool.
So you just like building, you want to start building bigger and bigger things, I'm assuming.
Yeah, I just want to keep creating. I'm going to create till the day I die, man. That's just what I'm
nice.
I go crazy if I'm not creating something.
Have you ever been offered to create something for like a local area here, like Fort Myers or Naples?
Track Out Studios, actually, they commissioned me to do a mural over there, so you guys gotta check that out.
Yeah, go check it out. Track Out Studios. They have a whole mural. He drew the whole thing. It was really cool.
Yeah, I went to OG with a little crappy sketch, and I told him like, "Oh, this is my idea," and he's like, "All right, for sure, go for it."
You build like a whole story out of that whole wall.
Yeah, and
like so much is happening.
Track Out's basically my art gallery right now because I have all my paintings there on their walls and stuff.
That's amazing.
I never took them down from the show, and they just let me have them up there. So just check out Studios, book a session. Go check out the gallery. That's my pride and joy right now. Yeah.
That's really cool.
I want to do more murals. So if anyone needs a mural done, let me know.
So other than then obviously your sculpting and your art side, what about your music?
I don't want to say too much, but I guess I could say some stuff here because I'm definitely gonna release this stuff. I have a hip hop project I made called Earth Baby.
Nice.
That's I recorded these songs like maybe 2 or 3 years ago now that I just had in the vault. It's a compilation of like different tracks, hip hop tracks I made.
Nice.
All the runway music I have playing at the shows are actually tracks that I made, and I want to drop a project with all those songs on it, all the dance type music and like
that would be really
runway
cool.
Music. So I want to drop that here pretty soon. Those are 2 projects right there. I have a lot of features out there actually. Like a lot of people I have songs with that I want to start maybe dropping over the next,
That's exciting.
next 2 years, or how that works. They probably won't come out for another 3 years, 4 years, but I want to collaborate a lot more on clothes too. I wanted to
Nice.
work on collections with other artists and stuff. I
Is
have
there anybody in mind now that you can think of that you would
I
like to
have I
collaborate?
have a couple people. I'm not gonna mention their names right now,
Okay, that's
just
fine.
because I kind of want it on the low until we just drop it, and they're like, "Whoa, when
What
did we
about
work
someone that
together?"
that you would say you inspire that you would love to work with?
That I'm
That
inspired by, that I would
yeah,
love to
that
work
you would
with,
love to work with.
that I would love to work with, like locally or
Locally or even let's say probably a different local low key underground artist. Like if
um.
you want to shout them out. Say like that you saw on Instagram that you're like, wow, this
Wow, this
art
is
is fire.
hard. This is hard right now because there's a lot of people that I see that I want to work with. Maybe Art Love Trap. Do you know who that is?
Art Love Trap. That sounds very familiar.
He's super dope. He's based in Miami, I'm pretty sure. I met him at the Billy Rose and the Rocks show, Rocks and the Revolt.
Yes.
Yeah,
I think I've heard of them. Yeah.
they had a show together. I think I can't remember when it was, but I met him there. He's a super dope guy. He makes art as well.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that'd be cool to work with him. Uh, the homegirl out in New York, she goes by Rogue.
Shout out to Rogue.
Yeah, she's dope. I want
That's
to
really
work with
cool.
her. She's got a shop out there, and I want to maybe drop clothes off to her and have her put them up in her shop or something, or work on
Nice.
a collaboration with her. That'd be dope.
Nice. So do you see Ahzuwop as hopefully a worldwide
100%. That's what it's all about.
music, art, fashion, clothing,
100%,
everything?
100%.
Nice.
Yeah.
Is there a country that you would always like to visit?
Japan.
Japan?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
That'd be
shit
cool.
dope. Yeah,
Actually, I think Japanese people would fuck with your outfit.
for sure.
I could totally see that. Maybe like a big ass fashion show out there.
I want to go to the UK really badly.
Oh, that would be neat.
I feel like my dance music would do really good out there.
Have you checked it on your Spotify record, your stats and all that?
They're not good.
No.
I don't promote at all, man. I need to get on that.
No, you should.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, it's not that. I mean, I don't want to say it's not that easy because it's really
it's
not.
a full-time job.
It's
man.
time management too. I mean, even I have time, and I have all the equipment
It's money,
too,
bro.
Yeah, but I mean, what I love is I get inspired from Kev a lot because I like to watch him, and he's doing everything himself.
Yeah, no,
he does it on his phone and everything. I think it's really inspiring.
I know. I'm also very picky when it comes to the stuff I release.
It makes sense. You want to set out a certain image for yourself.
Yeah, no, for sure. When I first started, I didn't really care about that too much, but I've realized that less is more. That's what Phil has taught me.
Of course,
He's taught me that.
I think that's why I see a lot of videographers. Some people have even had like the old school cameras.
Yeah.
The little camcorders. I like the style of it somehow.
100%.
Because it's very nostalgic and it just feels organic.
Growing up skating, all the homies had VXs and stuff with the fisheyes, and so they would film on the tapes, and they'd have to transfer the tapes. So
Because doesn't one of the girls film you when you do your artwork like that? Because you post a lot of videos with like a fisheye look, or
that's me. All the fisheye stuff is usually me, or
nice.
or it's Camila from the Hippie Circle.
Nice.
Yeah, that's just a iPhone fisheye.
It's still really cool. Though.
I love it.
It's
I
a
think
unique
it's so cool.
style.
I still want to film a whole music video with it. I haven't done it yet though, so
that would be dope. That'd be dope to see.
Yeah, I got a couple of videos that I have like storyboards for that I'm ready to start filming for. It's just making the time and compensating the people. That's all it is.
That'd be dope. Hey, well, let me know. I would love to hear a story from you, and maybe we can work together and see. I got. Because I'm ready.
Cool stuff, man.
I'm definitely ready because I just bought myself another camera, which is another camera like mine. So I'll be able to have two of the same quality, and I got help this time. So it'll be good to get some A and B camera shots.
100%. Yeah.
We'll finally get some local actors.
Very cinematic stuff is what I'm trying to work on.
Yes, sir.
I want to make sure that everything is very cinematic when I drop it because
that's amazing.
Very particular with what I want to do.
So you got any advice for any local artists out there that would love to create music and that actually finds inspiration from you? Like,
go to shows, show up, collaborate as much as possible. Don't reach out too much. People get annoyed. But like I said, go to shows and just show face and show love and just keep showing up and just keep creating. And you don't need as much as you think to create. You can literally make an entire song on your phone. You know, there's resources all around you, and don't feel like, oh, I don't have enough of this, or I don't have this at all, so I can't do this. You know, there's always a way to do something, and try not to focus on what everyone else is doing, because you'll always be behind. You know, there's always someone ahead of you. It's always going to be ahead of you, and just don't give up. Just keep going, and
That's
do
beautiful.
it because you love it.
That's beautiful.
And if you're not doing it because you love it, then find something that you love and do it, because it doesn't make sense to try to fit in somewhere that you're not super passionate. You know?
That's awesome. I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. That was really good.
Yeah.
Thank you for that. Well, I guess we can start wrapping it up. So, you have any self-promotion you'd like to give out?
Check out my website, ahzuwop.onuniverse.com. I have a portfolio on there, and I also have a shop. Check out Shopping with Joe. That's my brother. We basically just combine all our bills right now because we're trying to make it by. So if you could help us, support us in any way, that'd be awesome. Shout out to, I already shouted a bunch of people out earlier, so I don't need to do that. So yeah.
Have you ever thought about doing a Patreon for yourself?
What is that?
It's like a Patreon. So it's like,
So like a GoFundMe?
Yeah, it's kind of like a GoFundMe, but it's more consistent. It's a passive income. So
that's hard for me, man.
So what's cool is you get paid from the community. So say like the lowest, if someone wants to do just a normal support, $2 a month. Someone's donating $2 a month. If they get like normal support, you get, a couple of music to hear. If they want to pay $5, $7, you get a little bit more behind the scenes. You can see upcoming art, maybe, some sneak peeks on some upcoming music. And then the highest one, you can probably do like, say, tutorials. You can teach how to make music or teach how to draw, how to create art,
Mm-hmm.
And make it, because you can make it based off of Ahzuwop himself. And the people that support you will not only come out to pay you, obviously, for your art, but they'll pay you consistently to see you keep growing and doing these things.
Yeah, that takes a routine, a schedule, and coming up with ideas to do that kinds of stuff.
Definitely.
That's definitely something to look into. We'll see.
Because I can see you, even if it's something little, I know something like that would help you a lot. I mean, I'm sure it probably would, but I want to see you keep thriving, keep growing, and you have a lot of future for yourself. I really do see it.
I appreciate that.
Now, I'm really glad to meet you.
Likewise as well.
But yeah, this is great. This is the end of the episode. So thank you, Ahzuwop, for being my guest host for tonight. You guys can again follow him on all platforms there. Thank you for watching the third episode of The Passion Project. My name is Daniel. You can follow me on the Daniel Ortiz and Daniel Ortiz Films, and also on my Passion Project podcast Instagram account. I currently won't be posting a whole lot of Instagram because I'm currently in a social media break right now, but I will still be sharing this for you guys to listen out for and get to know him a bit. So thank you for watching. See you guys in the next one.
Take it easy.
Appreciate it. Awesome. All right.
Appreciate you, bro.